Last time on Reading Homestuck, we finished off watching Rose search for Jack Noir, now joined by John. As the two go to face down the godlike Darkman, John gets immediately fucking bodied. Cutting back to some time ago, we see Dave doing something that bears a vague resemblance to grieving over the body of his dead brother with Terezi. He then gives himself a concussion and accidentally gives Caught Knee access to message him in his mind for a while. Soon after, we removed Disc 1, and as June and I watched on afterwards, Amin had to leave. Will Terezi manage to find Vriska and take her down? Will Dave be able to stop sounding like a fucking cop? Will John be able to come back from the dead? You fucking obviously, dude. What are you, fucking stupid? It also appears to be written in purple blood.
Go again.
Here we go again. She wouldn't dare harm sweet, precious Gamzee, would she? The thought is almost more than you can bear. You're going to throw the book at her. Read the note. Gamzee's just fucking walking about.
Gamzee got that stride.
Yep.
That's what we're gonna call that ability now. The
Strider Stride. It's not a bad name for it. It's a pretty alright name for it. Anyway. You cannot wake up because you are not actually asleep. You were just taking a breather in this nice cozy pile of horrifically mutilated scalemates, which were gathered here to break your fall for some reason. You wonder where you are. This is a fancy looking room. Doesn't look like a place you would expect to find on this meteor, at least not in any strictly canonical capacity. I do get, by the way, why people were like, oh no, you've got to look at the secret room. Because, yeah, apparently it shows up later, I guess. To examine surroundings. This dapper, kiwi-suited gentleman is quite familiar. We're almost positive he made an appearance in that very crowded dream you had recently. Where'd he go? The thing in this room smells funny. And fast. And the stairs. You cannot ascend. The staircase is suffering from a catastrophic horn clog. Exit door. The door is locked. We'll either need a key or to break it down with force. We need to achieve an especially heightened state of determination to pull that off, though. Fucking Undertale. To put determination, Undertale. Toby Fox was planning this the entire time. You have been completely hornswoggled. This whole thing was a setup from the start. A trap deployed by a cunning mastermind. All of the clues are adding up. The blood, the note, the flagrant displays of tricksterism and japery. The identity of the puppet master behind all of this is now painfully obvious to you. Spider Troll. You were so close. So close.
So close yet so far.
I know, Kanaya. I know. You select appropriate crime-solving music to set the right mood. With this kind of atmosphere, it is highly unlikely that any crime will stay unsolved for long. To remove the Midnight Crew record. No, this vaudevillian cornball nonsense will not do at all. The mood is just not right for figuring out crimes. You put the record back in its sleeve. Full cover. Can I can. Who's this douchebag? thank you, middle click. I'm not playing that. The last time I played a video that was provided to us by Homestuck, I got a copyright strike, so no. No thank you. And weirdly, I didn't get a copyright strike for just actually playing the entire instrumental for Animal I Have Become 3 times in a row. Apparently that's not copyrighted. Apparently that's not copyrighted, or we talk loud enough that it was transformative. I don't know.
Or, I don't know, they don't have a bot to pick it up?
The algorithm was on holiday that week. Anyway, before you can make heads or tails
and has remained on holiday ever since.
Yeah. Before you make heads or tails of who exactly this douchebag is, something rolls out of the sleeve. It appears to be a very small record. So small. What's such a small record doing in this great big sleeve? You got Homestuck Disc 2.
Ooh. Disc 2, baby. Final Fantasy 7 time.
I can't see how anything could go wrong from this moment. Anyway, you cannot get over how tiny this record is. It's adorable. I wonder what sort of music it plays.
You ever heard of a game being on a cassette tape? Let's boot it up, ladies and gentlemen.
Predictably, you scratch the surface of the disc. What were you expecting? It's almost like you don't even know what a CD is. With the disc damaged, who knows what sort of effects it will have on the data? Better store it somewhere safe to prevent any more mishaps. Capture log. Should be perfectly safe from any similar kinds of damage while secured in your scratch and sniff modus. You've spent way too much time calibrating the ambience of your investigation, but not nearly enough time investigating. It is one of the most common pitfalls to being an investigator, aside from literal pitfalls which you actually fall into, such as presumably the one we fell into earlier. There are 2 chests in this secret room. Nothing out of the ordinary. Chests are everywhere in this lab, and people find it all too tempting to sneak their personal belongings into them for safekeeping. That is, until the goods are stolen shortly after by those who can't resist looting every chest they encounter. Which is everybody. Maybe these ones contain clues. Let's open them. You got your neophyte red glare role-playing outfit. What is this doing in here? You've not worn this since your flarping days. The only part of it you kept on hand was the stylish pair of glasses, which, of course, since the incident has managed to become a regular accessory. But you cannot imagine how someone could have gotten their hands on the rest of it. Surely a crafty and resourceful criminal is at work. Spider troll, spider troll, spider troll. Wear it. Snazzy.
Snazzy.
You don the garb of the legendary legislator. Brings back memories of many successful fantasy prosecutions, resulting in the real executions of rival players. Those were the days.
Those Canaan days, where did they go?
You got your Pyrospite plush. Pyrospite was your Scalemate sidekick during your campaigns. He was the model of loyalty, friendship, and righteous retribution. More than could be said for another partner in justice. There is no doubt about it anymore. She's clearly baiting you into confrontation. You mean 88ing. Let's hug Pyrospite. Oh. You embrace your old friend, releasing a mighty and majestic squeak. It has been too long, old friend. You vow never to let him out of your scent again. This puppet is becoming a nuisance. It appears to exhibit the same incredible puppet fastness properties which Dave's had. Must be some form of universal puppet enchantment. It couldn't possibly be the same one, because that would be insane. Hey, where did Pyral Spy go? Should look up. There he is! How did he get all the way up there? He has always been quite the slippery scallywag. Maybe he was reminding you to check out the note. You almost forgot it was up there. What with all your furious investigating. Most of which has involved fooling around with records, hugging plush toys, and cosplaying as a childhood heroine. Read it. Just as you thought. It is a message from Vriska summoning you to do battle. It is written in Gamzee's rich, jelly-smelling blood. But it is her handwriting for sure. Her quirk is present, leaving the matter undebatable. But why the hell does she want you to bring this stupid puppet along? She's so weird. There's a journal entry on the back. It probably isn't the slightest bit relevant to the current situation, but you guess it couldn't hurt to read it anyway. Let's examine the journal entry. Here we go, June. It's the big. Yes, it's the favourite.
I suppose I'll have to get used to writing this by hand instead.
With this hand.
With this hand instead. Where's
Get
my
the glasses.
Oh, here
Get
they
the
are.
glasses.
They're right in front of me.
How convenient for you. Almost as if you.
I now do so in captivity, while I bring my oar to bear on the immensity of the subjugator's hijinks. I took their gesture as plain avowal of my prosecution's futility, with a lone neophyte assigned to the task. How could I view it otherwise? I was sure they'd drawn from the bottom of their deck, not intending to squander more competent mercenaries on one who'd made on a show about classing them all before. But I discovered too late that Redglare was their wild card all along. How is one allowed to be raised by a dragon in this era, let alone one of such middling blood, the sickly hue of a gutless civil servant? Those of her caste are typically pleased to mount a sluggish collar bear, or some brainless squawking spleenplow during petty expeditions to blast seizure notices on gambling property. By what fluke was this woman granted such a weapon, permitting her to luxuriate in these delusions of righteousness? Something blocked the light of the unbitten moon.
I've seen basically this full moon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just
treating the harbour to darkness more grim than what fell this season's apogee. I made the mistake of looking into its eyes, each like a sun concentrated into a small jewel, a too hot garnet searing through a black veil. I shut mine quickly, but the more sensitive of them was burned irreparably. When I regained sight in the other, there was only red, my fleet in flames. The neophyte was on deck, Pyral Spite, as she mentioned, through her ridiculously forced grin. She wanted me to know the name of the beast which was able to consume my Lucis whole. My dice were in the hold below. Not that my present luck would consent to a favorable role anyway. I made a move for my blade. She took my arm, which I'm sure she kept as the tiniest snack for her ostentatious custodian. Maybe she meant to prove she would need me in irons to have my submission, bound or free, 2, 1, or none. I wonder how well she knows it's not what I do with my arms she has to fear. I await my trial.
Insert disc fucking 2.
Final Fantasy, baby.
Can't see this going poorly at all. Foreshadowing to things I already know happen because I already watched them happen.
Yeah. Oops. We're sorry,
wow.
guys. If you're mad at us, please leave a dislike.
It's not like we'll see it anyway.
Yeah, it's not like we'll see it anyway.
It's not like
Oh,
anyone
you'll
else
see it.
will see it anyway.
You'll
Oh,
see
well.
it. I won't.
Yeah. But yes, animation. It's like the thing the bro
We're
said.
doing it now, bro.
We're doing it. We're doing we're doing this thing. That was the line. Anyway, yeah, it's just the thing from like the end of Act 2. Well, not like the end, but like near the end.
The best part of Act 2.
End of the third quartile of Act 2.
But it was the best part of Act 2.
But also, cool as hell to see Mindfang move in any way, shape, or form on screen there.
She's so pretty.
Marginally less so there for a second with the glitches and also just the top teeth. Just
And the oh shit look.
yeah, just like fuck. But yeah.
Oh, that's so fucking cool.
Yeah, I do love as someone who does like stuff with image editing and stuff, the like fade out on fuck, I forgot a name. Red Glare, that was it. The fade out on Red Glare looked really fucking cool. The fucking like it all shifts to just the red bits and then it's just look cool. Cool as shit. Anyway. Yes, time to read a PDF. Or time for you to read a PDF. As its author, when it wasn't a PDF.
Yes. Much fanfare was made of the trial. More than I would have dared to hope. It seems my luck has been returning as of late. The High Bloods surely intended to make a spectacle of my conviction. They filled the court block with peasants ravenous for the comeuppance of a bluebird. I wasn't about to deny them what they came for. It was kind of the authorities to supply me with a phalanx of such impressionable spectators. The weak wills were nearly as thick as the air, as the rust in their veins. Funny how my other senses seem to have peaked since exchanging glances with the dragon. What an extraordinary specimen. How I've come to covet the creature that since it ruined my fleet. I knew too well the whispers of a dangerous new infatuation when they beckon. But I digress. It was simple enough to nudge the hostility of the lowbloods from one aristocrat to another. The subjugulators could not have been pleased, but nor could they have been altogether unamused, I would expect. I wonder if this was part of their unfathomable game. I never understand their riddles. I love how... Because clearly Gamzee's, like, controlling the situation between Terezi and,
Vriska,
Vriska.
yeah. He's clearly... Yeah, between Terezi and Viscous. He's clearly pulling some fucking shit behind... Well,
he's
not
pulling
even
some
behind the scenes.
jugulator shit.
Yeah, he's pulling some...
'Cause he's like
some
the-
jugular shit. Because
He's like the...
Yeah, he's like the last...
He's like the last royalty, basically. Not royalty, but like...
Well, actually, technically, no, he is. Isn't he? Because Erden's dead.
Oh,
so's
yeah, actually.
Vethry. So yeah, he's... Gamzee is the currently the highest on the hemo spectrum currently alive.
Hmm.
I don't like that. Let's keep reading.
Yeah. I only
I don't like
regret
thinking
I
about
didn't get... I only regret I didn't get to hear the opening statement the neophyte had prepared against me. The case she compiled from all the evidence she burned must have been damning. I bet her remarks would have stung worse than when she severed my arm. She certainly would have shown me greater mercy by taking the other instead.
I said this before in the original version of the recording, but I'll say it again. The fact that, like, Mindfang's just here, like, oh, you could, like, even now, even as she's being threatened for death by basically every authority around her, she's just like, oh, you could have taken the other arm. Come on, like, that was just rude to take the wrong arm. Cool as shit. Like I hate Vriska, but I can see why Vriska likes this person.
Alas, I mock to disguise the extent of my regret. Had my escape not necessitated her demise, she would have made a lovely rival. If she'd only discarded her childish preoccupation with justice, we might have made a striking scourge. We'd inched blacker. Had we inched blacker, we'd have torn red miles across land and sea. Unfortunately, the only miles to be found through her bureaucratic calling were those of red tape. So ensnared, one is eventually bound to be choked. With the court block cleared, all that remained to obstruct my freedom was his honorable tyranny himself.
Stanced. Ballin'.
Upon reflection, Red Glare showed the foresight of a true seer in thieving my arm before fight. A trial, even. It permitted a fair fight.
Again, I've said this before in the original version. You're going to hear that a lot, audience, in this part, because now there's nothing that's going to necessarily change. We're back to we're back to basically a rerun of what once was. But I said this in the original version of this. But yeah, the fact is just like, yeah, no, she took my eye, she took my arm, but that's actually kind of good. Because now it's a fair fight between me and this fucking thing.
Yeah.
Ballin'. Fucking raw shit. Again. Hate Vriska.
I love this woman.
Hate Vriska. I can see why she likes this woman and wants to be like her. She's failing because she is not even remotely as cool as this. But I can see why she wants to be as cool as this.
Again, I love this woman.
And a factor in why you love this woman is, as you've said multiple times so far, pretty.
Pretty.
Anyway, yes.
Though I was free, I had no fleet. No matter, with the gambling decimated, I'd embraced the turn of fortune, and pledged to put my sea-grifting ways behind me. With any luck, the skies will be my future. My thoughts again returned to that dragon. But first, I was in need of temporary refuge. I sought it with the expatriate. He owed me for the sweeps of protection I provided after his brazen defiance of the High Bloods. It was perhaps the only such courageous stand ever taken against the superior by one of his supercilious pedigree. And I'd have not bothered sticking my neck out for another, but the admiration he won naturally wore thin as he persistently bemoaned his treason and banishment. And I was saddened to find this habit holding strong even now. I wonder if he still believes she was worth it.
So yeah, again, it's Equius ancestor.
Equi. Shinji boy.
Yes, and the she could be a few people, but considering the parallels, I'm going to assume it was Nepeta's ancestor.
Probably.
Or Radia's, possibly, considering his weird thing with her. Could be either. Anyway.
Repairing my arm would go a little further in squaring his debt with me. Even if I came with both intact, I might have ripped one off and put him to task just to halt his blubbering. Darklear was always a skilled mechanist, and the work proved an adequate distraction. So pacified, he listened to what I had to say about my recent travails at the law and Pyralspite, and what I had come for in truth, the treasure he'd been keeping safe for me. I cradled the oracle. I cradled the oracle in my synthetic hand as if appraising by the mystic qualities it still concealed. With my vision eightfold seared away, I was blind to its secrets as the old doctor was to its present whereabouts. I'd learned to keep it cloaked from the awareness of the man who called me his protege, a backhanded term of endearment from a smug manipulator. Locating his so-called dark pockets was the only gambit I'd encountered. I had in encountering his milk-tongued doublespeak. The expatriate, for indiscernible reasons, seemed naturally surrounded by such a void in the doctor's awareness, and was so uniquely fit to inherit the orb. The doctor could not see his treasure, nor I into it. I considered what to do with it for a while. Should I find Pyralspite by consulting the oracle, as I had done so often, to steal fortune from my adversaries? I guessed exploiting some technological means of gazing through its surface may have been simple enough, but I hesitated. Every expedient granted by its counsel, though never instantly, came at a price. Knowing his nature, I'm surprised I only now recognize it as yet another instrument of his spurious benevolence, dangerous by way of selective divulgence. The sense of infallibility his oracle brought to me was superficial. In hindsight, weakened my readiness. Knowing my fate so far in advance, I took Redglare's threat lightly. The greatest mistake I ever made was asking the orb when I would die. But as I revisited the prophecy surrounding this unfortunate query, something struck me. I thought of the man I would have as a matesprit centuries from now, who was said to command an army of beasts, the one called the Summoner. If my obsession with the dragon should continue to burn for so long, would he be the one to assist me in taming it? I did not have enough knowledge to ask the right questions when I had the opportunity. Were that the case, I might have asked if it would be his rare abilities of communion that would bring Pyrospite into control. Would it be on account of my influence, and if so, would I exert this influence by taking his will or winning his heart? These are details I would have given no second thought in drawing from the orb, but my curiosity, a force usually too much to quell. But now, I have thought of the Sufferer often. I have been troubled to know that one so common-blooded he could not possibly have hatched yet, nor will he wriggle from the caverns when he sweeps. So I must be patient to take up my role in his story of heroism. It is a tale which reads to me as though lifted from a child's story, yet I know I'd be a fool to doubt its veracity entirely. He would rise through the ranks of the cavalry reapers and assume command, having proven the most skilled and fearless of them. He would exhibit a remarkable pupation, the sort only recorded in myth growing, or perhaps simply revealing a striking pair of wings. His army, thus inspired, would scale the sectarian revolt crushed by the High Bloods,
You skipped
who
a line.
thereafter...
You skipped a line.
Oh. His army, thus inspired... Oh, perhaps simply revealing a striking pair of wings. His army, thus inspired, would spearhead a major rebellion.
I scanned the wrong bit.
Yeah, I noticed. Surely
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
one at least on this. Surely one at least on the scale of the sectarian revolt crushed by the High Bloods, who thereafter forbade its mention, or any invocation of the hypothetical symbols at all, even in private journals, which is why I will stick to the fable of the summoner and will not risk another execution, even with the oblique reference to the compelling tale of the sufferer. Resolution to the summoner's mutiny is foggy, as I only understand what has been related to me through the brief answers I thought to solicit. Ultimately, the ire of Condesk would be such that in the settling dusk of the conflict, she would banish all from homeworld except the young. She would scatter all who reached maturity to the stars to fight her wars, I presume to keep them occupied, existing in a less centralized state from which such a coup may arise. This is still an incredible notion for me to consider, and I cannot imagine how she will come to enforce such an upheaval in our civilization. Though I suppose she will have on her side the advantage of unparalleled lifespan, and the leverage extended by the hideous psychic prongs of her deep undulating monstrosity. That is, unless it chooses another little witch to serve. Nevertheless, I take the prediction as truth, and find it amusing that a homeworld dominated by children will be the great summoner's legacy. One of them, at least. More importantly, and less amusingly, his legacy will be my demise, you see. I first learned his name when I asked who would be the one to kill me.
Before we go on, so people know what we've realised here, because we're not going to realise, notably, because we've already realised it from last time.
We already saw this. I'm very sorry.
I'm very sorry, but we have seen all of this previously. It's frustrating to me as well. But yeah, Tavro's ancestor, sick awesome wings, fucking ludicrous horns. What the fuck are those? How does
Man
he
cannot
through?
walk through doors.
Yeah, I was about to say, how wide do they need to make doorways on Alternia to compensate for that?
Unless they, like, kind of shrink down.
They just sort of go anytime he needs to walk through a fucking door.
Yeah.
No. I like to think he just has to walk through every fucking doorway sideways to protect both the wings and the
And
horns.
crouching.
And crouching. Well, I mean, if people are having to, you know, if people's parents essentially are like giant fucking like you know you can have a fucking elephant as a parent, you know, I don't think, now that I think about it, yeah, no, if an elephant is having to be able to walk through your house, yeah, you probably aren't gonna have too much of a problem with the horns there, but also yeah, the fucking yep. So Sufferer, clearly Karkat's ancestor, by the not so subtle, well, I mean, subtler than usual, which I appreciate, but you know. Anyways, yes.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
I have never spoken nor written of him out of content for the prophecy, but do so here in my final entry for this journal. I took this to be a pitiable fate, and scoured the orb for any means of escaping it, or at least to salvage a little dignity from the tale of my downfall. Alas, it had no consolation for my vanity. But as I sit here deciding what to do with the damnable little sphere, I understand my error. It was not in failing to chart a course through future events to turn my fortune's tide. Even so many sweeps from now, it was in believing the future was mine to know, and fortune mine to control. If this hero is meant to breathe life into my embittered heart, and if he is to earn the right to run it through, then so be it. For him I will commit to this page my highest expectations, and for what precious uncertainty is left in my future, I renew with vigorous anticipation. The oracle I will resolve to part with. I conceal it in a crypt bearing the sign of my expatriate, with a map to its location hidden in this journal. To whomever finds it, be wary, for the truth it tells may leave its new keeper blind as I was, though no more.
Ironic. Lots of glitchy shit.
Glitch.
Yep. Cutscene. Very glitchy, broken cutscene. Same to you, I mean, Vriska. As much as it pains me to admit, your fruit, your delicious.
I'm not going to attempt to read it out. It will take too long. Sorry.
I'm not a carrot. Carrot is a serious business, Vriska. See, I got a deadly cannon on the coin. Coin?
Hey, it's me, Vriska Circuit.
No, I don't. Please don't be the devil. That's very cringe.
I'm based on red build. And by red build, I mean god build.
Well, that's fucking sick awesome for you, but I am red-pilled. See, I'm fucking wearing more of it than you are.
I only killed one person. It was Davros, you see. But actually, you know, he kinda did it to himself.
That's not very red-pilled of you. That's pretty cringe.
Exactly, that's why I'm god build.
So being god-pilled makes you cringe. Well, it's a fucking good thing I'm not god-pilled, eh?
Well, you're just
fucking
a little
awesome
dumbass.
I'm fucking
Yeah,
awesome
you're a little
pilled.
bitch.
I'm skill pilled. I'm good quality pilled. The police. They're here for you, Vriska. It's the police.
Again, right? You wanna look to decide this. Maybe
I thought you weren't reading your text.
I'm fucking the devil, right?
I thought you were the devil, not fucking the devil. Maybe, actually. Oh yeah, no, sorry, I forgot. You went and fucked yourself, because I told you to. And I'm telling you to do it again. Go fuck yourself, Vriska Circuit. That's not very good for the electronics, you bitch. And it wasn't very good for the electronics.
Jesus.
I'm gonna put a glitch effect over this. We what?
No, keep going.
Yeah, I'm gonna put a glitch effect over this anyway.
Yeah, I heard.
The distance damage. You can no longer play.
We gotta quit the game?
Oh no! I guess series over, guys. You are forced to quit. You will not be able to resume play unless you can scratch on the disc. You will see the service of someone who is capable of fixing scratch. A scratch doctor, if you will. The doctor.
I will not.
Oh yeah, no. You rang? That was a joke. Of course you did. I don't have a doorbell, remember? Ha ha, hee hee hoo hoo. Please come in. Welcome to my apartment. I trust you'll find my voice is more palatable against this decor. I continue to be an excellent host. I'm expecting 2 more guests later. First one, and then another. Make yourself comfortable in the meantime. But don't touch the candy on the table. That is reserved for one of my guests. We've got a bit more time than we used to, than we did in the first attempt at this. Because we didn't look at all those fucking books. So,
yeah.
Readings for nerds. Let's keep reading. Let's have a look at this disc. I'm also going to not put the Doc Scratch voice effects against the green background because, you know, find my voice more palatable, and so it'll be a lot more palatable for me to edit. So because I just won't have to I won't have to put the effect on. I looked for the excuse. I found the excuse. I'm not doing it here. Anyway. She really did a number on it, didn't she? It's virtually unplayable like this. What a shame. There are many moments trapped on this disc, which you would have no doubt found to be quite exhilarating. But yes, I can fix it. It will take time, though. I estimate, by which I mean I am certain by way of omniscience, that when I am done, we will have reached just shy of the green circle on the card above. I'm sure you have already presumed this mark represents the beginning of Act 6. The disc should be ready to run in time to witness the critical event, a confluence of thickly interwoven, concurrent circumstances, which have been meticulously arranged by myself, influenced to a much lesser extent by you, and by an even more negligible degree our heroes. The scratch will be healed in time to watch these heroes put into motion, yes, the scratch itself. If you don't mind waiting here while I complete my repairs, I will tell the rest of the story. I will show you as well, as I recover data from the disk. But the visuals I supply will be nothing more than abbreviated snapshots, and my telling will be abridged. Immortality notwithstanding, I'm not going to live forever, you know. Tick.
Oh god, that's the last clock.
Oh yeah, hang on. Yeah, no, there was the fucking... There was that fucking... almost all of the clocks sort of thing.
Alright, game theory. When that clock reaches 12, he dies.
Yeah, kind of like a doomsday clock type thing. Plus, also, there's the 8-ball on it, and pool 8-ball goes in game end.
Yeah.
Sort of thing, yeah.
I bet Snow stabs him. Because she's still unaccounted for.
Yeah. And since for once in my life, time is at a premium, let's get on with it. Where were we? Talk. Never mind, I figured it out instantly because of my unfathomable intellect, limitless knowledge, and mind-boggling charisma. Granted, my charisma had less to do with it than the other qualities, but it didn't hurt, did it? Here, I'll show you. Tick. What a fucking piece of shit. Unsurprisingly, as normal.
Oh, he's got a TV, nice.
Old style shit. I like the flicker, nice detail.
Yeah.
The Seer of Mind challenged the Thief of Light to a simple game of chance. If the result was the undamaged side, the thief would agree to stay. If not, she would go.
Why does Vriska look like she's doing the fucking, the boogie dance? With the little shadow guy? put a comparison up on screen.
Oh god. Send an image of that.
I'm sorry, I probably ruined this for like several people now.
Nah, you're gonna send an image though. You're gonna send an image so I know what we're talking about here 100%.
Oh yeah, give me a sec.
I see we've got a big thing at the top here as well now. That's... I can't wait for that. That's odd. Can't wait for that to be used for something. You know, many concurrent events and shit. Anyway, the result of the flip was left inconclusive, at which point you decided to pay me a visit. But the inconclusive should not be confused with the uncertain. The actual result was trivial. It was a constant across all timelines. Yeah, that. Both the seer and the thief knew this. The thief used her abilities to steal the fortune of her opponent, and forced the flip to yield what she regarded as the most favourable outcome. The seer anticipated this move correctly. This is why I don't care much for gambling. While a sucker is born with each tick of the clock, a cheater is born with each tock betwixt. Also, because it is boring, and I'm already a very wealthy man. Rich, don't like him. More than usual. More than previous, I don't like him.
I hate capitalism.
Now I have a legitimate reason!
Hey, I bet he lives in a fucking McMansion.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it already, confirmed. No, wait, he lives in an apartment. Huh.
Fuck.
Oh well.
It's a McPartment.
McPartment! There's a McDonald's in the back.
Yeah, it's his only form of sustenance, and there's just like one employee there, and his name is Jerry, and he's also just immortal.
But it doesn't want to be. At all.
No, he don't want to be.
He wishes
like,
he was dead centuries ago.
He's like, oh hi, my name's Jerry. I
can't
don't live
believe
here
Morty
anymore.
took his dad's name. Hang on, actually, no, that was Equus's voice. No, hang on, that was Equus's voice. I can't believe Equus is a McDonald's fry cook. I can't believe it.
Jeez, does the bus run through here? No.
No, Equus,
Oh,
it does not. Now get me my Big Mac.
My name's Shinji.
I do not care. Get me a Big Mac.
Where did I go? I was on a blue
You're in
ball
the
and
back
I'm
of a
here.
McDonald's, Shinji. Get me
How
a
the
Big
fuck did I
Mac.
get here?
I brought you here. Get
I must run away.
me.
I must run away. Okay, I got that.
You should run to the fry area and get me my large fries with my Big Mac.
Where's Oscar? Ray? Miss
They're
Misato?
fucking. They're fucking
father?
dead, Shinji. Get me my Big Mac. I like the skit we just did there. Where I just refused to yes and you properly and just kept going back to get me a fucking Big Mac.
No, I was playing into it.
That works. Alright, anyway, back to the fucking... The seer relayed her terms through the generally understood I'll go with an assassin. The result, go, while at face value would suggest the thief was allowed to leave, was actually the seer's code word for the threat of death. It was obvious to everyone, including the thief. While the thief turned to fly away, making a show of claiming her prize, the seer would stab her in the back at the moment her guard was dropped. This was her plan. Not a particularly clever tactic in its own right, but its ingenuity didn't dwell in the novelty of the ruse, nor even the neutralized probabilities in the game of chance. Psychology was in play. Naturally, the thief knew this was her intent all along. She knew the seer would have understood the outcome to be rigged, and that she likely intended to kill her as a consequence of the fixed result. This was to be seen as an implicit dare to the thief to allow the flip to fall fairly, something which the seer knew the thief's ego wouldn't allow. And the seer knew the thief knew all this as well. Just another pair of cheaters attempting to play with their cards face up. Amateurs. Each was gambling, not with any vehicle of probability, which had been eliminated from the equation, but with each other's intentions. The thief indeed took the seer's bait, stealing the luck needed to attempt the flip in defiance of her dare. And in turning to leave, she then posed a dare of her own to the seer, challenging her to back up the implied threat. This was the thief's gamble. She wagered the seer would not be able to go through with it. It turned out she was right. So ends a tale of rivalry. Well, almost. honest. There's a bit more. But in order to understand its proper conclusion, we should first catch up with another of my other protégés, from whom I'm expecting a message shortly. The other seer. The other hero of light. Tick. Tock. It's a fucking nuke gone off there. Tick.
Jesus.
Oh,
That was probably
shit, when I mean,
Rose.
hang on, yeah, no, when I mean said, oh, they blew up the planet, no, they nearly did, fuck, look at that shit,
Holy fuck.
that is Dragon Ball Z-esque, in scale of destruction, that is dramatic finish, you know, fucking, talk,
That is some Majin Buu shit.
yeah. Round.
John's just still face down.
He's still just on the ground. Beautiful.
But holy shit, I like this. This Jack
Yeah.
looks fucking cool.
I think that's entirely the wrong
Ba-
name. Anyway,
But
I don't know.
I mean, that
Where we
was
left our human hero of light.
Smash Bros. F-Zero remix.
It's close enough. Yo, fucking hell. Oglo parry.
Damn.
She flew. Hang on, did I read that? Yes, we left her here. She flew away to take vengeance on the Noir this side of the scratch. That is, the one less angry and dangerous. Hang on, no. I'm not finishing. This is the less angry and dangerous Jack Noir.
I am worried.
Fear. Terror. Oh God. The one not yet
Lordy,
unmotivated
fucking
by a
lord.
compelling duel. Compelling, but not particularly challenging. The seer wouldn't win this duel. My apologies if this spoils the outcome for you. I can't speak as discreetly about such matters against this canvas. Tick. I warned her. I warned my neophyte protege not to stare into that ball. Talk. I told her about stairs. I'm so fucking funny. Moving on. I'll remind you that the pacing of my account will be characterized by a reduction in granularity from what you have come to expect by way of an undamaged disc. You will imagine the remainder of the duel to be sensational, and I will continue my steady distribution of facts, as if they were pieces of candy poured from the bottomless white hemisphere. The duel ends, the seer dies, the slayer departs, the heir comes back to life. This outcome was hardly a point of suspense. It would be disingenuous of me to present it as such, and I will not belittle your intelligence with such a tawdry narrative ploy. It would be rude, and I am too well dressed for that kind of behaviour. If there truly stood some chance of permanence to the heir's corpsehood, I can hear you asking now, how could this moment later come to pass? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Forgot about that. You see, audience,
Man, we didn't
sometimes-
even fucking notice he was in that fucking costume.
Oh yeah. Huh. Neat. Anyway, yeah. Sometimes, audience, sometimes we don't mention things because they do not stand out to us, or because, you know, it just doesn't really or because it seems far too obvious. Sometimes we don't say things because we were legitimately just too dumb to have figured it out. And because perhaps sometimes the format of splitting this up over several weeks has its disadvantages. Like, for example, the fact that it has been several months since that panel. In fact, hang on, let me just fucking pull up YouTube real quick here on my phone so I don't accidentally fuck up anything with OBS. Definitely didn't do that last time, trust me, I did not. Let me just go to my own channel. Playlist. No, not playlist. Just videos. And then just flip scroll a little here. No. Yes. Episode 52 was the start of Act 5, Act 2, so where that panel's from. 8 months.
Bruh.
I'm pretty sure it has been longer for us since that panel showed up than it was for readers of Homestuck when between these two panels by quite a margin. Yeah. So, and for that matter, what sort of story would this be with our human hero of breath made to stay a cadaver? Definitely not one the Alpha timeline would allow.
What about the Sigma timeline?
And what sort of spectator would you be if he'd forgotten the terms ruling the conditional immortality he'd won with his previous similarly unceremonious impaling? He'd done nothing to earn martyrdom. By which we might laud his fall as heroic. Nor had he tasted notoriety. To secure a death one may pass just. And while I can't give you my assurance...
That looks cool.
Yeah, wasted on him, but cool. I'm reasonably convinced of this much. When the hero of breath dies for good, it won't be as a scoundrel. But not for lack of a devoted mentor. If I had served as his mentor directly, rather than as his mentor's mentor, he may have stood a fair chance of perpetrating something underhanded. At the very least, his jokes might have been better. Instead, he got her. The other hero of light, always bugging him. Bugging and fussing and meddling. What's her deal? Let's find out. I mentioned there was a bit more to her story. I believe it's time to resume it. I trust you won't mind if I step away for a moment. I have important guests arriving very soon. If you need me, I'll be up here, making sure everything is in order, which it already is, and keeping an eye, which I don't have, on the clock, which I don't need. Ah, I see. They are using the header. Neat. Tick. Talk. Yeah, he's refilling the bowl. She's flying towards the thing. Tick.
Oh, those the worlds?
I don't know, but she's definitely flown back into their session proper.
Yeah, and there's the Homestuck.
Yeah, there's their scrub logo thing. There's their that platform thing they were on. Or part of it.
Yeah.
No, that's the door to the new universe that Jack cut in half.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Sorry,
Because you can
I-
see the
I
bottom half
forgot.
of it down there.
Yeah.
Talk. Oh, he's here.
He's
It's our boy. And there's the other version of our boy who is not our boy. But you know what I mean. He is Stance, though. Bonk.
Yeah, he is.
Fucking get his ass. Get his ass. Get his
Get
ass
his
spades. Get his ass spades.
Get his ass. Get his ass. Get his ass.
Tick. Oh. Oh, he's doing the thing again.
He took it.
Yeah. Talk.
Hmm.
Oh, because she's... He's doing the clone hyper! He's doing the fucking clone hyper! But also, I see, yeah, so she's left like a trail of fairy stuff, and he's just following it back. Tick. Talk. She's just fucking stood there. Tick. Talk. Yeah, achievement, thanks. He's just pouring them all out into his hat. Oh, and scratch it back here. Apologies for my preoccupation. I've managed to pacify the rowdier of my two other guests with sugary little black dogs.
Two?
So, yeah, he said he was going to have two guests. First one, then another.
What's the other one?
I don't know.
But he already implies that they're both here. Oh, the rowdier. Oh, sorry. No, I'm dumb. I'm dumb.
Yep.
Forgive me.
So that I may continue my narration, but only briefly. In a moment, I will go stand over by my typewriter and teach my neophyte protege the consequences for taking advice from strange men over the internet, while I continue to attend to my second guest, who is you from an earlier point in the story. Remember? Well, before we remember... Smush. Before we remember, I think that's where we're going to end this three-parter, which is 4 hours of footage.
Oh, Jesus.
Just one of those hours was borderline nothing. It was nothing. It was just guff from before the episode.
Yeah.
Oh well, guess we started a bit prematurely on that one. So, June, thoughts? I wish we could ask Amin on thoughts, but June, thoughts?
Holy shit. Still, holy shit.
Yeah, holy shit.
My thoughts have not changed.
Thoughts have not changed from the previous version of this. Holy shit. Holy shit.
Holy shit.
Holy shit. Yeah,
Fuck.
That's another thought.
I think, okay, prediction on what I think's gonna happen.
Okay, we'll see if our prediction powers are if we've evolved them to the point where we can predict things intentionally.
Yeah. I think what's going to happen is John's gonna do the scratch, and somehow his his consciousness as well as Vriska and Aradia's are somehow gonna still linger in this new universe. That is my theory. That is my game theory.
So the consciousnesses of John, Vriska, and Aradia specifically.
The three who achieved godhood.
That makes sense, but the scratch only really affects like John's session, I'm pretty sure, as far as it was explained. So it would really just be John's that might get erased.
Maybe, I don't know. I get the feeling
Vriska and Arati are off that way. They're way out there.
Yeah, I know, game. But like the sessions are weirdly interlinked.
Yeah, true. So the scratch in
because
one
if
might
Jack found a way, into the troll session, wouldn't that therefore imply that there is a hole and that maybe they are interlinked?
Possibly, although he does have fucking phenomenal godlike powers, so you never know. Might have just like jumped outside the games and just sort of gone in. Although they're kind of like not actually games; they're sort of pseudo games. Can't really.
I think they are linked. I
think they are linked. Definitely, yeah. There's definitely a link between the two of them, but.
And I think that the scratch will somehow affect that, and maybe we'll get like a troll reset. I don't know.
Possibly. Who knows?
I don't know.
We might be forgetting some crucial piece of information here that will be like, yelled at us in the comments below. If we have, do yell at us in the comments.
But like, also, do not say whether I'm right or wrong.
Don't say
do
whether...
not even like fucking hint.
Okay,
Don't hint.
If we're wrong because we've forgotten something if we're wrong because we've forgotten something important, tell us we're wrong. If we're just wrong for other reasons, don't tell us. Don't tell us we're right, don't tell us we're wrong, unless it's because we're being idiots and have forgotten something big.
Unless, like, maybe it's somehow, like, that, like, if you know that one picture of, like, I don't know how you did the wrong formula, but somehow you got the right answer. What the fuck?
Yeah, don't tell us that either. Don't tell us that.
Don't tell us that either.
Only tell us the result if A, we are wrong, and B, it's because we've forgotten something really important and major and that we should fucking know the answer here. You know? Because in that case, we're just dumb. We're just dumb, and we're, at that point we gotta know. Or at least I want to know. But other than that, any other circumstance, do not fucking tell us.
Do not tell us. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I feel like Act 6, this is going to be the post-scratch, obviously.
Well, yeah, I mean,
but like,
obviously,
it's going to be like... But you said that there's like 8,000 pages of this shit.
Yeah. Yeah. I know there's 8,000 pages. So, Scratch
we are like barely on the cusp of 4,000.
We're not even
I get the feeling
yet. We're at about... In fact, we're at...
We are 2,000... We're roughly 2,000
pages away.
200
not
pages.
2,000. That's back in that's back in the beginning of Act 5, mate.
Bruh. But I feel like
even Act 4.
So
I don't know.
Like merging this like game theory. I say game theory like it's like fucking
get Matt Pat.
But like my theory
don't
is
get Matt Pat in here. He'll say some
don't
shit
get,
like Dark Scratch is actually the hero or some shit like that. He'll pull some
Dark Scratch is clearly
unnecessarily yeah, he'll pull some unnecessarily contrarian shit and be like, actually guys, what if Jack Noir has a point? No.
What if Dark Scratch
the only point he has
is
his fucking
Ness
soul
from Earthbound?
But anyway, no. Okay, so theory is obviously reset. Everything gets reset. Shit goes back to basics. Back to Earth, presumably.
I get the feeling we're just. It's like.
I'm not confident it will affect the troll session. I'm not really confident on that front. Like we're gonna have two different theories here. Unless
two scratches happen. Do they even have a scratch option at that point?
I mean,
Probably.
the troll.
If
he
the
did
scratch is
say
possible
that-
in 1.
He did say that the trolls. I don't know if. Did he? He did say that the humans weren't the only ones who could scratch, potentially, but.
Maybe Vriska's like, oh shit, what have I done? And does a scratch. I
Yeah,
don't know.
does the scratch, maybe? Or does her
Maybe.
own scratch? Possibly. I don't know. Although, where would she get the needles for it? Unless, actually,
Good question.
Yeah, because, hang on though. Because Dave's time machine was like discs. Aradia's was like a bunch of crystals. Maybe they need a different implement to scratch on the crystals.
Bunch of crystals. I mean, she's got dice. They have random effects. Who knows? Maybe
Possibly,
one
yeah.
is like a hammer.
Yeah, maybe the big resolution to, or not a big resolution, but the start of a resolution to Vriska's being a fucking awful person arc is having to work together with Aradia to perform their own scratch.
Maybe.
Maybe.
But hey, that's just a theory.
That's
A
just
June
hang on.
theory.
No, that's just a farm. A Garm farm.
A Garm farm.
I brought it back. The 3rd episode, everybody. You thought you were watching Reading Homestuck? No, you were secretly watching the 3rd episode of Garm Farm. You had no idea. No idea.
Get Garm farmed.
Anyway, if you like this
I'm gonna power dance on you all right now.
while June does that, if you like this video, leave a like. If you very much like this video and want to see more like it, hit that subscribe button. We upload Reading Homestuck every Monday or Tuesday, depending on your time zone. We promise. And we upload other things sometimes on Thursdays or Fridays, again, depending on your time zone. Follow me on Tumblr, because I have moved there. I mostly reblog Sonic stuff at this point. I just mostly reblog Sonic stuff. But I post occasionally. Very, very occasionally. I don't know, man. I like Sonic. What can I say? That is what I do. And you can follow June on Tumblr and on Instagram, June.
Yeah, you can follow me on both of those. Maybe I'll put something on Instagram. I don't know, I'm still too busy power dancing on you fuckers.
She's still going. She's still going.
Speaking of power from Chainsaw Man, I may put a picture up on my Tumblr when I finish it of my cosplay of Power.
Sick.
Because that'll be fun.
Perhaps this message would be easier to get across if you were not power dancing.
I don't give a shit.
Fair enough. Well, we'll see you in the next video. Later.
Later, bitches.